Hey everybody, so before I was talking and I was sharing with you guys about doing your hair at home. So right now I got all my hair in, all my color, and I want to show you guys kind of like how it looks right now so you can see when you do it at home it doesn't have to be perfect. And then I was thinking while it's processing, I could tell you the timing. So I told you guys before that I did the blonde. So this is what you do is you measure it. So you get one of these cups, now that I have a minute to share with you, and say you do 2 scoops of this, and then you do 2 ounces of developer. And at the salon, it should show you, it should tell you, or you can ask somebody. You could probably look on YouTube too, and you'll see the same thing. So so if you do 2 scoops of this, 2 ounces of developer, which is 20 volume. And like I said before, 20 volume means 2 levels. So if you get 20 volume, you want to leave your highlights in for 20 minutes. If you do 30 volume, you want to leave it in for 30 minutes. And then after, so what I did, and then I put my color in, and I also used, if I do 2 ounces of color, which is this tube, I didn't do 2 ounces, I do 2 ounces of developer as well. So that's what I did. So you guys can see I started from the bottom. I put all this up here in a ponytail, and then I started on the bottom, and I have gray over here, so wherever my gray is I made sure to get first. So I put it all in on the bottom, and I like make it, I brush it all back like here with my brush so that it stays the back of my head, so it stays clean, and I don't have color all over my shoulders and my ears and everywhere. So I just keep doing it back, and then I let the bottom just sit. I didn't put the color in the bottom yet, and then I started on top. So I took my little ponytail out on top of my head, and you can see right here my foil. See, I got my color right here, but my foil is actually blonde, but you see how much it's not close to my scalp, so that's okay. So whatever you have to do to get your little blonde, to get your pieces in there and put the blonde in. So what I do is I put the foil in, I grab the hair, I put the foil, I'll show you guys quick so you can see. This is, hold on, I'm gonna do it this way. So this is my foil and my foiling comb, and this is how you do it. Hold on. See that? All you do is put that little foil over the little piece right there and put it in tight, and then I'm going to show you how you put it on your head. I'm gifted if I'm doing this with one hand. So I put it right here like this, see, and then all I would do is flip my hair over. Watch. When it's actually out of the foil, it wouldn't be in the foil right now, and I put blonde on. And then what I do is, once the blonde, so this all would be blonde, all this hair in here, you would get your brush, and you would brush it on, and then you would close it like this, and then you just put it back. And at the first one you do, you want to make sure that you put like a foil right here, because otherwise all this color right here is going to be on your forehead. So make sure you put a foil right there. And once you put the color on, it'll stick right to the foil. You don't even have to worry about it sticking. So right now, if I like, I'll show you guys this foil so you can see. I'm getting my hands all dirty. I'm supposed to be taking pictures, so that ain't good. But that's okay. I'll wash it quick. So you can see my foil? So right now it's processing. And I got, see, that's my regrowth. It's okay. I'm not worried about it because I'm doing my hair at home, and I'm saving myself $100 because it's just easier that way for me. So I got my little regrowth right here, which is okay. So it's not a big deal. I got my blonde in here, and it's processing. And right now it's looking kind of orange. That's because it's only been in for 5 minutes. So once it's in for longer, like 20, usually with blondes I use 20 developer, like I showed you guys. My 20 developer. So I put it in for 20 minutes. But actually what you should really do is you should just watch it, because your hair develops or will process differently. I'm gonna wipe my forehead so I don't have stuff on my forehead. Hold on. Okay, so you can see. So then what I did is put this one down. Then this hair right here, see, and then I made sure I went through with my brush right here because there's all the extra hair in between this foil and this foil. And all I did is took my brush with the color on it and I started getting it in there so it'd get that all my roots. And then all I did was wiped it this way. So again, I wiped it to the back just like this. So I got in there with all my color and then I just started wiping this way. And so it all goes to the back. You just want to make sure it all keeps going to the back so you don't have a big old mess on the side of your face. So then I did this one the same way with the foiling brush. Then I got in the middle here, did it again, threw this one down, and then got in the middle here, did it again, did the same thing with this. And the more far back you go, like, it's just, you can't really see when you're doing the foil because it's just like kind of starts getting back here, but it doesn't matter if you can't see. Like, see how much regrowth I have that's kind of out of the foil? Like, it's all good. It's not gonna look bad. I'll show you guys my hair like tomorrow after I fix it. You're gonna see, you're gonna be like, dang, it looks like she went to the salon and got it done. Or it looks, you know what I'm saying? It's not gonna look bad just because my highlights aren't right on my roots. So then what I did after I got all my foils in is I put them all to the back to make sure. I went back through and just made sure that I had color wherever there wasn't color that's out of the foil. And then I went to my back, all the hair that was out that didn't have any color in it, I just took my bowl of color and just started going back and making sure all my ends, you want to make sure all your ends get covered in color, because sometimes your ends get dry and you won't be able to have the color. If you don't have the color on there really good, your ends will be all light and dingy looking, the rest of your hair will be all pretty. Now, a few rules for you home people. When you color your hair, you do not want to use box color from Walmart. It is the most horrible thing for your hair, and what it does is it dries your hair out, and then actually when you try to go color your hair or try to lift it, it's not going to lift, and it's really damaging to your hair. So you don't want to use box color. So if you can go to a Sally's, even if you have to drive like 45 minutes or whatever you have to do, if you can get a professional product, you're going to be a lot better off. Or just go to the salon. Sometimes $100 worth it. I mean, it's Christmas right now and all these different things we got going on. E-Man's birthday and Emberlin's birthday. So like, we're going on a trip. So we don't have like $100 extra to like do my hair. If we did, I would go to the salon and get my hair done because it's nice to go to the salon and somebody else can do it. But right now I don't have it. So don't use box color, because when you go into a salon and they try and lift it, or even if you try to lift it, it's going to turn that brassy, ugly color. And you can tone it, but it's just not good for your hair. And then this is the other rule with color for those of you who would like to know. So you go color your hair dark, and then you go and you're like, oh, I want this light brown color, or oh, I want this red, and you put it on top of your hair color that looks like this. So what happens is you're like, man, it didn't even turn the color I wanted it to turn, or it didn't even turn that red. Well, it's because when you put color on color, it actually can't lift. The only way you can lift color is by using bleach or using like a lightener. So you need something to lighten it. You can't just put color on and expect it to turn a different color. So you can't do that. And then what happens, you have that box color on your hair, so you put on 2, 3, 4 applications trying to do all these different colors, and now you got this old mat of box color on your hair. It's probably like this thick. So then you go to the salon because you want the salon to give you the color that you've been wanting, and they try to lift it, and they have to go through 4 layers of hair color box dye. So not only does your hair get damaged, but they're trying to cut through this hair that's crazy and has all these thick layers of store color on it, of color dye from the store. So don't do that. It's a bad idea. So just use your little money, and if you have to drive somewhere and whatever you got to do, if you're just gonna do it at home, you might as well use the good stuff. I mean, if you're at least do that. So anyway, so there's that. So color on color will not lift color. You have to use a lightener or something. And then the other thing, I had one other thing. Oh, when you, so after this, what I'm going to do, after I take these out, because my hair never ever lifts to a pretty color, I'm going to put this toner on. So this will stay on my head. I'm going to watch it, kind of see how it does. I might keep it on for 20, maybe 30 minutes, see how the blonde looks. And then I'm going to use my I can't even think, I'm so tired, toner. So what I'm going to do, this is actually, you mix this again with the developer. Remember, the developer is this thing. It'll say developer on there. When you go into the store, this is another developer. And it'll say 20 volume, 10 volume, or 30 volume. So this calls for 20 volume. If you have gray hair, you want to use 20 volume because it helps cut into the gray. You don't want to use 10 volume. You usually use 10 volume when you're going darker, and when you're going lighter, you'll use 20, 30, or 40. But with gray hair, when you have grays, you want to use 20 because it helps penetrate into the gray hair, because you know gray hair is crazy. It's like all woolly, and you know my gray hair is just nuts. So anyway, so after this, I wash this out in the shower. I'm gonna go ahead and mix my toner. So it says right here, if you guys can see, maybe not. Well, it says 1 part toner and 2 parts developer. So I'll use 1 ounce of toner and 2 ounces of developer, and I'll mix it together in a bottle. And when I'm in the shower, I'm just gonna rinse this out, wash it, and then I'm gonna put my toner in, and I'll probably leave it for like 10 minutes. And if you want, you can watch your toner. You'll watch it, you'll see how it'll change into the color that you want it to be. And then what you want to do is put a little bit of water on it just to make sure that you can see the color before you completely wash it out. So I'll wash it out and then it'll be done. So you guys can see my at-home hair isn't perfect. You can see that the foils don't go all the way to the head, but guess what? That's okay. And if you can just, and even if you don't know how to foil, and you can just get that little hair in here some kind of way and use your little brush. Once you put the hair on the foil and brush it, it'll stick to it as long as you got enough color on it. So whatever you have to do to get it in this little foil, if you want to do your blondes or whatever, do what you got to do. Or even if you don't want to do on top of your head and you just want to take streaks from the side, you can do that with a brush rather than putting it in a foil. Or you can streak it and put it in a foil. One time when I had long hair, I had 2 chunks. I just took 2 chunks of hair back here, put them in a foil, like big chunks, because I wanted it when the curl goes so you could see the little blonde piece in there or whatever. So I just took like some hair from back here that I wanted to go blonde, and I just took a foil, put it like this, put it like that, put my hair on it, brushed it with the brush, with the blonde, threw it in the foil. I didn't even get it to the root. It was way down here before I even started the blondes. But it was pretty, and once I got done, then you could see I had some highlights on the bottom. So especially if you want to do on the bottom, you don't even have to get it to the root. Just get it to where you can reach it. It's not going to look bad. You just brush it in. It's not a big deal. So if your hair isn't perfect when you do it, it's okay. It's not going to look bad as long as you somewhat just use a little common sense. You know what I mean? So yeah, so that's my little blip. So I just wanted to share some of those things with you guys, because I know it can be nice to it's a bummer to do your hair at home, but it can save you some money. And guess what? If you mess it up and it's really bad, which it probably won't be, but if you do, you can always go to the salon and just ask them to fix it and just pay your little money. So it's really, and if you really, you can just look on YouTube as well and see if there's maybe like check out how to foil. I'm sure there's a YouTube channel somebody probably did where you can watch. But anyway, so I just want to share with you guys. So I'll show you, I'll post it tomorrow with the after picture so you can see what it looks like. Y'all have a blessed night. I'm about to wash this up. All right, bye.